Hello guys, so I have had an amazing idea. So what I'm thinking is, like dreams and how people dream. Everybody dreams, I would like to hope. Well, anyways, I wanted to create a dream journal of all my dreams because I want to like lucid dream or something. But I was like, that's so boring, I'm not gonna stick to it. So what I'm thinking is I might create a series on my channel of me talking about my dreams because I think that's really funny and I think that might be fun and interesting. So let's get into my dream last night. My first dream is okay. So I'm in my house. I have a tortoise, okay? And yeah, just a cute tortoise. In my dream anyways, so like my tortoise turned evil and turned into like Godzilla, but like really tiny, like a Godzilla, like I don't know what size I would say, but like pretty big, but pretty tiny, like that size. That size of Godzilla. So I was like, okay, odd. My tortoise has just turned into a Godzilla remake. Anyways, then my tortoise just runs out of my house, and I'm like, and so I chase after it, obviously, because I'm not just gonna let my tortoise run away out into the street. But anyways, it does. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, it ran away. What do I do? And then I go back to my house and I'm like, I put it up on like Facebook. I'm like, if anyone sees this tortoise running around, please like save it. I need it to be saved. It's my favorite tortoise in the world.
Feeding time made easy for Nan. SMA follow on milk ready to feed, made for little tummies. Discover now. Olay Regenerate SPF 50 fluid. 3-in-1
I have
moisturizer.
my TV's behind my phone. I was using it as a ring light and now it's just had an advert on.
Hydrated all day. It's lightweight.
Let's just wait until this is over.
Well under makeup. And it's summer, so I just wear it every day. Stay protected with SPF 50 3-in-1 moisturizer.
Luck?
No. There's 24 minutes, 24 seconds left of this.
Go get him, Tiger.
Felix, I brought dinner. With Felix every day, yes, it's a fact. One's at the ready. Swish and flick. Stupid.
Okay, it's back. So, where was I? Oh yeah, my tortoise runs out. I posted on Facebook. And then I'm watching the news. My granda and my cousins are away on holiday, and we're going on a plane later the afternoon. Okay, this is in the dream, and I'm like, okay, that's fun. And then I'm on the news and I watch the plane crash, and I'm like, the plane crashed with my granda and cousins on it. What am I gonna do? So obviously I'm distraught and depressed and sad. But anyways, I then wake up and I'm like, was that all a dream? Yes, it was actually a dream. So I'm like, okay, it was a dream. Ugh, boring. And then I go downstairs to make myself breakfast and I look over at where my tortoise is. Tell me why my tortoise has grew into Godzilla again. And I'm like, oh my goodness me. It was not a dream. It was a premonition, like in Final Destination. I need to stop this somehow. So that's just what I do. I run. I lock it in its cage and I'm like, you stay there because I don't want you causing the plane to crash anymore. And then I go to my grand and my cousins and I'm like, don't get on that plane later. Trust me, it will not be good for you. So then they're like, okay, well, like, how do you think we're going to get to LA then? And I was like, you're just going to have to walk. Like, I don't know. Well, you're not getting that plane is all I can tell you. And they were like, why? And I was like, because if you do, you'll die. And they were like, you did not just wish death on us. And I was like, no, I didn't wish death on you. I'm telling you the truth. And they were like, okay, fine. We won't get to plane. And I was like, okay, thank you. And they were like, we'll just have to walk. And I was like, that's like a 5-day walk or something. I don't know how long it is. Probably very long. And they were like, okay, I don't care. I want to go to LA and like fulfill my like Hollywood dream. And I was like, okay, that's fun for you. Anyways, then my tortoise, I go back to the kitchen to see where it is and it's gone. And I'm like, oh no. So then I like run upstairs and I see like this massive black widow spider on my wall. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, why are you there? Like, what does this mean? Like, what are you? So I start talking to it, obviously, because that's what you do in your dream state. I'm like, hello? And it's like, hello? And I'm like, hi. And it's like, I'm going to basically just like take over the world. And I was like, okay, why are you telling me this? And it was like, because I want to be your accomplice. And I was like, you want to be my accomplice? And it was like, no, I want you to be my accomplice, obviously. And I was like, well, that's not what you said. And then it was like, well, I meant it like that. And I was like, okay, right, rude, don't blame me, don't shout at me. And Anyways, then I'm with the accomplice and we go to the Eiffel Tower together, and it's like jumping on top of the Eiffel Tower, and it like obviously goes on the news because why is there a giant black widow spider jumping on the Eiffel Tower? But I'm like, okay, that's cute. And then it's like, I actually don't want to ruin the world anymore, because now that I've seen how much fame and success I have, I don't want to ruin the world. I want to help the world heal. And I was like, okay, good for you. And it was like, I'm going to go fulfill my Hollywood dreams. And I was like, why is everybody in my life going to Hollywood and fulfilling their Hollywood dreams? And it's like, I don't care. I'm leaving you now. So it pushes me off the Eiffel Tower. And I'm like, rude much. Like, why are you pushing me off the Eiffel Tower? That's so rude. And it's like, I don't care, obviously. Like, I'm going to be a nice person from now on. And that's like, pushing me off the Eiffel Tower is not a nice thing to do. And it was like, you were literally planning to be my evil accomplice and ruin the world. And I was like, that's not true. And it was like, yes, it was. And I was like, no, actually, I was going to like stop you after you killed everyone. And it was like, what? And I was like, I don't care. And then it like basically like threw me back over to where I live, and I was like, okay, rude, I'm no longer in Paris on the Eiffel Tower, which is really sad because I love the Eiffel Tower. And then I see it on TV the next day, and it's dancing with Sabrina Carpenter and Ariana Grande, and I'm like, wow. And to think a black widow spider can go dance with Ariana Grande and Sabrina Carpenter and I can't, even though it was evil and it wanted to ruin the earth, and then it was like jumping on top of the Eiffel Tower. But anyways, that's like the least of my worries. So I'm like, okay, good. And then I realised my granda and my like cousins, they're probably in Hollywood by now. So I'm like, I call them and I'm like, are you in Hollywood? And they're like, no, we're still like walking past Iceland. And I was like, oh, right, do you want me to hire you a boat so you can go to Hollywood quicker? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So I hire them a boat and they go to Hollywood. And then whenever they're at Hollywood, I'm like, okay. So basically what I want you to do is I want you to basically assassinate the evil Black Widow spider. And they're like, okay, how do you think we're gonna do that? And I was like, well, I think like Black Widow spiders are allergic to like bug spray. So just like spray with bug spray and it will be fine. And they were like, okay, right. So then they do that, and then that's the end of my dream. So it was very odd and very weird, but that's like the end of my dream anyways. So then my second dream that night, I basically was just walking around Tesco's, just like in the fruit aisle, and I got lemons, like just lemons, and just ate it straight up. Like with the skin and all, I was just eating lemons straight up with their skin. I was doing the same with oranges, kiwis, melons, I think I did at one point. And I was very odd because I was just eating lemons and stuff with their skin on, and it was really weird and really scary because I was like, what the heck is happening? But at this point I knew it was a dream. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like totally a dream or something, but I can't change it because like, I don't know, I don't have the willpower to actually like make myself know it's a dream. I think my dream self knows it's a dream, but it doesn't actually know it's a dream. It's like if it thinks it's a dream inside a dream, but it's not a dream inside of a dream, it is a dream. And I was like, okay, confused. And then I just woke up. But anyways, yeah, that was my dream. So that's like my dream journal on YouTube, entry number 1. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed. I'm keeping this for myself sake because I want to try lucid dream at some point in my life because I think that sounds really interesting. And it'll help me basically beat the evil Black Widow spider that's trying to steal my Hollywood dream. Anyways, bye!